Sorry?
From October?
Age 91.
That's so counterintuitive that every other book has it from Friday night.
Yeah, Lev Shalem is different.
That's the understatement of the evening. Was in 92.
Here,
It's,
91. One, 99, sorry.
There's some people coming in right now who want to wait another 2 minutes.
Sure.
101.
Is this a twist thing?
What's that?
Is this a twist thing? I'm a year older than he is. I just said about
Looks like it's a twist. Let's see.
Oh, thank you very much. You made my day. I was fishing for that.
I'm sure. I'm pretty sure. They don't make cheap stuff.
Oh, okay. I was doing that. Like this at Mount Ted's. He doesn't have
He
one.
doesn't have any white wine.
This was at
Where'd you get it?
Freshman.
That's very
Good to know, right?
great. That's really good to know.
Did you get a book from me? Is it Mama's? Is it Papa's?
Shabbat Shalom. Chag Sameach. Welcome to our Shabbat service, which coincides with the holiday of Shemini Atzeret, and also Pray in Pink. So this is my favorite service of the year because we get to be outside in our sukkah. I'm going to turn the camera around just so people online can see. that here's our sukkah. Here's all the people in the sukkah. So, and I'm very, very happy to be joined by a very special friend from Dothan. Cantor Neil Schwartz is with us this evening to provide some beautiful cantorial music. And he's actually going to start us off with Ma Tovu on page 101.
Ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael, ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Va'ani berov chastecha, avo beitecha, estachavelich al kodshecha, be'yir atecha. Ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Adonai ahavti me'on beitecha, Kom mishkan gevodecha, v'ani eshtachaveh v'ekra, evrecha livnei Adonai osi. Ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael.
We turn back to page 27. And we join together responsively Psalm 92. A psalm, the song of the day of Shabbat. It is good to thank you, Adonai, and sing to your name most high, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. You gladden me with your deeds, Adonai, and I shall sing of your handiwork.
Settle your design.
The arrogant do not understand, the fool does not comprehend this. The wicked flourish like grass, and every evildoer blossoms only to be destroyed forever.
But you, Adonai, are exalted for all time.
Surely your enemies, Adonai, surely your enemies will perish. All who commit evil will be scattered.
As a wild bull raises up its horn, you raise my head high, anointed it with fragrant oil.
As my enemies gather against me, my gaze remains steady, for my ears listen and hear.
The righteous flourish like the date palm, thrive like the cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai. They flourish in our God's courtyard.
In old age they remain fruitful, still fresh and bountiful, proclaiming Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no flaw.
Tzadikat amar Yiprach, ke'erez balbanon yiskeh, shetulim bebeit Adonai, bechasrot Eloheinu, Yafriku, Od Yenubun Beseva, Tishenim Ranani, Elohim Yiyu Le'agid Ki Yashar Adonai Suri Velo Avla Tabo.
Page 29, Psalm 93. Adonai is sovereign, robed in splendor, girded in strength. The earth stands firm, not to be dislodged. From earliest time you were enthroned, you are eternal.
Rivers strike up their roar. Rivers raise up their waves. Oh, the roar of the vast sea, majestic breakers of the ocean. Adonai stands supreme in the heavens.
In your house, beautiful in its holiness, your testimonies endure, Adonai, for all time.
Mikol Hodmaim Rabim, Adirim Mishberei Yam, Adir Bamarom Adonai, Erotecha Nemnu Mod, Levetecha Na'ava Kodesh Adonai, Le'orech Yamim.
We continue with Mourner's Kaddish. Those observing yahrzeit and those who mourn, please rise and join me with the Kaddish Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'yomad divrach chirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yamechon, v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv yimaru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam mamel maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei kudisha barichu leilam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran b'yoma v'yimaru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimaru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imaru amen. And we are all going to stand as we go right to Ma'ariv, page 39a, and we start with the Baruch Hu, the call to worship.
Special melody for the holiday. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed.
You may be seated. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will set the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tzavaot is your name, living and ever-present God. May your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk.
Umaver yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uben laila, Adonai Tzavaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamidim lo chaleinu leolam vahed. Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim.
Page 40.
Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amechavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limareta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shokveinu b'chumeinu nasiya b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam v'hed ki hem chayenu v'orech yameinu v'orech yameinu Uvahem nege yomam v'layla Laila. Ve'ahabatecha al tazir mimenu leolamim. Baruch atah Adonai. Ohevam bo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'kol levavecha, b'kol nafshecha, b'kol meodecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha, v'shinandam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, Zivtecha bebedecha, uvlechtecha baderech, uvshochpecha, uvkumecha, uksartam lehot al yadecha, vehayu letotafot beinenecha, uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvish arecha. Yimei hashamayim al haaretz, vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Yisrael ve'amarta aleihem, ve'asu lahem tzitzit al kanfei vigdehem ledorotam, ve'natenu al tzitzit hakanaf petil techelet, V'haya lachem letzitzit, uritem oto, uskartem et kol mitzvot Adonai, v'asitem otam, v'lo taturu acharei levavchem yacharei einechem, asher atem zonim achareihem, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Adonai Elohechem, Amen.
Page 43a. This is our enduring affirmation binding on us that Adonai is our God and there is none other. And we, Israel, are God's people. God is sovereign, redeeming us from earthly rulers, delivering us from the hand of all tyrants, bringing judgment upon our oppressors and just retribution upon all our mortal enemies, performing wonders beyond understanding and marvels beyond all reckoning. God places us among the living, not allowing our steps to falter, and leads us past the false altars of our enemies, exalting us above all those who hate us. Adonai avenged us with miracles before Pharaoh offered signs and wonders in the land of Egypt. God brought Israel from its midst to lasting freedom and led them through the divided water of the Sea of Reeds, as their pursuers and enemies drowned in the depths. God's children beheld the power of the divine. They praised and acknowledged God's name. Page 44.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם. משה ומרים ובני ישראל אליך ענו שירה בשמחה רבה. ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, אוסף אליהם. מלכות מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקי הים לפני משה, זה אלינו, ויאמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני כל ישראל.
Page 45.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ותקננו בעצה טובה מלפניך, והושיענו למען שמך. והגן בעדנו, והסר מעלינו אויב דבר וחרב, ורב ויגון. אויב דבר וחרב, ורב ויגון. והסר שטן מלפנינו ומאחרינו, ובצל כנפיך תסתירנו, תסתירנו. כי אל שומרנו, מצילנו, מצילנו אתה. כי אל מלך, מלך חנון, ורחום אתה. ושמור צאתנו, ובואנו, לחיים ולשלום, ולשלום, מעתה ועד עולם, ועד עולם. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו, ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים.
We rise for Vishamru, page 46.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל אות כי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. Vaydaber Moshe et Moedei Adonai el b'nei Yisrael. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabba
Amen.
v'yomad yivrach yirutei v'yamlik malchutei b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chayei dekol beit Yisrael v'agalau b'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach le'alam ul'alamei alamaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpahar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yidadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudusha richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shidrata tushbekada v'nechemada damidran bi'alama v'imru Amen.
We continue with the silent Amidah for Shemini Atzeret for Shabbat, pages 306 to 314. When you have finished, you may be seated. If you have not finished, please continue at your own rate. We will rise now for page 53 for Vayachulu.
ויכולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה Vayvarech Elohim et Yom HaShavi'i, Vaykadesh oto, Ki bo Shabbat mikol melachto, Ki bo Shabbat mikol melachto, Asher bara Elohim la'asot.
You may be seated.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elokei Avoteinu v'imodenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Konei Shamayim v'Aaretz, Makein Havot Bivaro, Mikayem Eitim B'Ma'amaro, Ha'el HaKadosh She'ein Kamohu, Ameni Akli Amo, B'Yom Shabbat Kodsho, Ki Vam Ratza Le'aniach Lahem, Ki Vam Ratza Le'aniach Lahem, Lefanav na'avod bi'yir'ah v'fachad v'nodel ishmo b'kol yom tamid me'on haberakot El ha'hodaot Aron hashalom Mekadesh hasabar umbarech shvi Umeniach b'kedusha le'am medushanei oneg zecher lema'aseh v'reishit Eloheinu v'Elokei Avoteinu v'imodenu Ritzei v'mnuchateinu Kadeshenu b'mitzvotecha v'tein chalkeinu b'toratecha Sabe'enu mituvecha v'samechenu b'shu'atecha V'taher libeinu le'ovdecha be'emet V'anchilenu Adonai Eloheinu b'ahava uv'ratzon Shabbat kodshecha V'yanuchu v'ah Yisrael Mikadeshei Shemecha Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemech Rabbah
Amen.
Ve'alemad yivrach yiruteh Ve'amlik makoteh b'kai konu v'yamei konu b'kai rechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala v'izman gariv V'imru Amen Yehesh Shmei Rabbah mevarach Le'alam u'lalamei almayam Yitbarach v'yisabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei kedusha B'richu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbekata v'nekamata Ta'amidran be'alma v'imru Amen. Hikabal slotonu v'avoron de'kol Yisrael kodam avon di v'ishmaya v'imru Amen. Eslam Rabba min shmaya b'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav Uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen.
Thank you, Cantor Schwartz. Welcomed everyone to our Sukkot service. This is again my favorite service of the year because we are out. I'm speaking as loud as I can. We are outside. I love being outside. I love being in our sukkah. This is the second year that we've been in our sukkah in the courtyard. And I have to thank Barbara Handmaker and all her crew for coming out Emily and Ira and Ramona and Marcia and Chris, and who did I miss? Anyway, we thank all of them. It's beautiful because of all the work that they put in. And of course, we gather tonight because 17 years ago when I came here, I found out that Joy Blondheim had this wonderful organization. And I thought, why not celebrate here as well? All of the success and the blessings that you bring to this community and to the world, Joy. And we always have a speaker. Tonight we're going to do it a little bit different, but I'm going to start out this way. I usually talk about the Sukkot and its symbolism, but I was asked to talk about the thing that we use in the Sukkot during the holiday. Now, it's not the holiday anymore, so we don't really wave. Also, it's Shabbat. We don't really take the lulav and etrog. But on Sukkot, we have these, we call these the four species. These are four representations of, or four things that are agricultural products that grow in Israel, and they come from Israel. We have the lulav and the etrog. So the lulav is a date palm, okay? And the date tastes really good, but doesn't have any smell, okay? The myrtle smells really good, but has no taste. The willow neither has taste nor smell, but then there's the etrog, the citron, which smells heavenly and also, I'm told, tastes really good as well. So we have these four characteristics of these four species that we take on Sukkot. And the symbolism that I come tonight with is, so we have the etrog, smells good, tastes good. That represents everyone that's whole, everyone that's healthy. Our bodies are healthy. We go through life, and thank God that we are healthy. And then we have diminishing species, from something that tastes good and doesn't smell to something that smells and doesn't taste, which represents those that are not whole, that could be whole, that have been diagnosed with something, maybe breast cancer, maybe something else. And then there's the willow, which represents those that are in maybe the last stages of life because of this horrible disease. But on Sukkot, on this day, we all come together, whole and unwhole, to give support to each other. Those that are in the midst of this disease, and some that, a lot of you that have survived this disease. And I'm so glad that we have this opportunity to come together and give support to each other, especially to those that have survived this hard disease. So at this point, I am going to ask anyone that has survived breast cancer if they would like to stand up and tell us how long ago you had breast cancer, and tell us in 1 or 2 minutes what your journey has been like. So go ahead, Betty.
Well, it's hard for me to talk about 1 or 2 minutes. I'll try. I try to boil it down in my mind, because this all happened 26 years ago. So I'm very happy to be here and to have enjoyed all the time after my treatment. When I had the diagnosis, I didn't expect my reaction to be what it was. A friend called, she says, "I know you're devastated." I wasn't. This is what I had to deal with, and I wanted my doctors to tell me what to do, and I was going to do it and get well. I had a sense of peace about it. I'm a worrier, but I didn't really worry since I've got to go on this trail, they call it a journey, and get over it and go on. I didn't know what that was all about. Later, as I thought about it, I did, because all the pieces kind of fit together. I had a wonderful crew of doctors. They not only cared for my health, but also my well-being. And I just was forever indebted for that. And I could talk to them about anything, and they gave me straight answers and weren't satisfied till I felt like I was comfortable. And then also I had a tremendous group of supporters. All my family from sea to shining sea and beyond called, sent cards, did whatever they could to let me know that they were wishing me well and that I would be well. Of course, all of my wonderful friends brought over food more than we could eat and checked on me constantly. And even my work buddies were so sincere and so caring. One of my staff would come in early and disinfect my phone and all the area of my desk to be sure, that area was going to be safe for me. I had two friends who took the day of my surgery off and annual leave to stay with Prosper and my mom during that 6 to 8 hours, so they wouldn't go bonkers. The list just, goes on. Little bits of wisdom that they can give me. Either they've been through it before, like my neighbor around the corner, or someone who maybe had a different cancer, but told me we could go anywhere, our insurance was good, or remember that we worked to live, not reversed. And but I was glad to have something to preoccupy me and to get me through it. So I was very lucky. I was very determined. I would get through it. I saw the proverbial light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes the road was a little bit rough, but with all that support, I managed to get through it. So
Thank you, Betty. Thank you. Who else would like to go? Please, Barbara.
So 13 years, my mother was living with us. She was not in good health, and she died and was buried on Friday. And on Monday, I got the diagnosis that I had breast cancer. Well, I was grateful because I thought, oh my goodness, if breast cancer is going to raise its ugly head, thank you for waiting so that I didn't have to deal with my mother and myself. So I think my word is grateful. Grateful to Dr. Strickland, who cured me of cancer. Grateful to Dr. Davidson and the Cancer Center for, I guess, keeping cancer from coming back. And as I looked around at the other people that were having cancer at the Cancer Center, I was so grateful. They were so sick. And I knew that some of them would not survive, but I knew that I would. And also eternally grateful for support from family and friends.
Thank you, Barbara. Please.
Well, I have a different story. I just had a little touch of cancer. Just a little touch. 18 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer, but it did not spread. It was in situ, and that's just a wonderful thing to do. However, I did have to have a mastectomy, and we're going to have to reduce the other breast. And I said, yeah, we're going to leave that other breast. So the both gone. And I'm just as happy as I could be. I feel a little guilty with those of you who have been through, can I say hell around here? Because we have been through here. I didn't have to go through here. And I'm grateful for that too. 5 years before that though, I was diagnosed with chronic lymphocytic leukemia. But I just had a touch of that too. Because it's only been in the last 3 years that I've had any medication that has not affected me support you to the ends of the earth.
Thank you, Diane. Please, Joy.
So I too am gonna deviate just a bit. First of all, I'm almost a 27-year breast cancer survivor, and of course, I am so grateful for that. It was a tough go, and I'm very happy for that. But I wanna say just a moment, something to Rabbi and to Irene. But first, I want y'all to meet our screening director and Joy to Life. Not only is Jackie Butler my very dear friend, but she also talks to every public health nurse in the state, doctors,
Wow.
imaging centers. She knows everybody in the state of Alabama now in the medical world. So I'm very, very happy, and Jackie too, that she'll talk to them. She's doing some breast cancer stuff. So when she talks to these nurses, and we have to talk directly to patients, we very much understand what they're thinking, their fears, and we're able to help them, particularly Jackie. She is masterful. So, we do have a program at Georgia Life, and we do have many churches and organizations that participate, and they're all important. But to me, this synagogue is very, very important, and to the rabbi and to particularly Irene, it means everything to me, y'all. Committed to this, started this year with our congregation, and our congregation has been so supportive, and honestly, I just thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I was never be able to repay you, because it means so much to me, and to give you a close to. So, thank you all.
Thank you. Jackie, but
I have the best job in my country. All I had to do was have breast cancer. Got a great job.
yeah.
I have been cancer-free for 15 years, 2008, and I had surgery, chemo, and radiation, and actually I had flu, I really felt bad. After treatment, I might feel like I had a little touch of a cold or flu, whatever, but God was with me the entire time, and I know it, and so I just thank Him every day for good health. And what I'm doing right now, really for the last 12 years, is living out that blessing of being cancer-free. I'm able in my older years to help people, and Joy and Vicki have given me the opportunity to do it. So it's a blessing every day for me to go in and speak to someone and know that I'm not wasting my time. I'm old. I never liked I'm living the dream over there. So thank you.
Thank you. Elaine?
I am not a breast cancer survivor. I'm very fortunate. I have never had any type of cancer. But Joy called and asked me if I would speak on behalf of my mother, who is very special to me and many people. And for those of you who do not know my mother, her name is Betty Ehrlich. And I'm just going to give you just a little brief history. 90 years ago in 1933, her mother, Ida Sarah Dorr, was diagnosed with breast cancer and passed away at the age of 36. My mother was 3 years old at the time. 50 years later, in 1983, at the age of 53, my mother was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And then in 1998, at the age of 68, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. And then in 2002, at the age of 72, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. I'm happy to tell you that at the age of 93 and 7 months, my mother is still here with us.
Yay.
There have been so many changes and advances in cancer treatment since my mom's first diagnosis, and so many lives have been saved. My mom has been an inspiration to so many people throughout the years. She has been asked many times how she went through her cancer journey 3 times. This is her advice: find a good doctor, have a positive attitude, get up every day, get dressed, go to work, do something to help someone else. And with the power of prayer, anything is possible.
Nice. Nice. Anyone else? Lee?
So, 6 years ago, I don't know, some people were here. Joy had asked me and one of my best friends to be the speakers
Yep.
for Fighting King.
Mhm.
I actually found a program from 6 years ago. The only reason that I saved this was because this night led to much more than just speaking. But I was diagnosed in 2015 with stage 2. My mother, like Barbara, my mother was diagnosed 3 days before I was. She was 87. We had no family history. We had no health situations or high risk markers at all. And so it was, actually I had had a mammogram 4 months before I felt the lump myself. I actually found it myself. So I'm one of these that's all about self-examination, and because even though you have mammograms, it doesn't always catch it. And fortunately, I didn't wait until the next year when I would have another mammogram. But so it still was stage 2, but the doctor said it had been there 10 years and I had had a mammogram every year. So anyway, but the theme of our speech or presentation was the blessings of breast cancer, and we talked about the good things that have come from it. And little did I know that I would meet my now husband after that. So there are wonderful blessings from when I had breast cancer, and I'm very thankful to be a survivor, and I think that God allows these things to happen because there's a purpose, and we just have to look at the blessings that come from it. It's difficult, it's hard, it's something that I wouldn't wish on anybody, but there were just so many blessings that came from it, and I think that's what we have to remember. Any journey that we have, we've got to know that God has a purpose, and we have to learn from it. If I, I'm not a speaker, but if I just didn't talk about it, I think it would just been a waste of time and a waste of, just going through that. So I think that if God allows it, there has to be a purpose, and I think that's what we have to help others. There's a friend of mine right now who, my daughter-in-law, is her best friend's mother. And I didn't know her, but she is going through it, and she just was so thankful to talk to somebody who had been through it. She said, people tell me, I know what you're going through, but they've never been through it, and so they really don't know what I'm going through. And so it was helpful, I think, for me just to be there for her and to know that she was going to get through it. And I remember my doctor saying, if you're going to get cancer, the breast cancer is the best one to get. So anyway, but a few statistics: 1 out of 8 women do get breast cancer, and as you can see, just in this group of 30, more than 1 in 8 have gotten it. So it's and then also get it too. So anyway, but I'm very thankful for Joy asking me to speak 6 years ago.
Thank you, Lee. Anyone else? Anyone else? Marcia.
Well, my story started during COVID, so it was kind of strange, sort of isolated. But during COVID, some of you know that my daughter, who lived in New York, they asked if they could come and stay with us because they were worried about having COVID. And we exposed to COVID in New York, so they were with us, and those of you know the turnout that we were in. But while they were there probably a little over a year when I felt it myself. I had that mammogram like Lee, but I found it myself. And I went through one of the first things I did after I had my diagnosis I called to, because it's like I was sort of floundering around, I didn't know, and I started thinking of Joy, and it just gave me a huge joy directed me to Dr. Strickland, and then everything just kind of fell into place after that. And, it took a while, it takes a while from one appointment to the next, it's always dragged out, and you just want to get it out and be done. And so from the end of May to September 1st, and then I had radiation, chemo and radiation, and I had my very last radiation treatment on my 70th birthday. And it's been a year and a half, so you know how old I am. But it was my treatment like that. It was, I was surprised because I was scared out of my mind. But then it was just like, it was not bad. And I kept thinking, well, something else is going to happen because everybody has these horrible stories. And so I got better. All the radiation was feeling good. And then I had a gallbladder attack and ended up with pancreatitis and was in the hospital for 5 days. I couldn't even drink water. And had surgery. And then I started from that 2 weeks later. Just can't be busy. From New York, and this was like a week or so after they took away the mask mandate in the New York schools. And I was scared to death. We lived in Synagogue. They walked in the house, and the next day, we all got home. So it was one thing after another. But anyway, all that, and there's more things, but and I did, and it's really important for everybody, I guess, to take a genetic testing. And I was broken before, but I found that I had a deep ovarian cancer. So I ended up with that surgery as well. And three of us had that surgery, but I she did that, but she had the disease as well. So it's just really important. And makes me feel better that I don't have to worry about that. And it's, I feel great. Like Lee said, blessings. I've learned to appreciate it so much. And during COVID, I couldn't have anybody come and sit with me. Couldn't have people come into the house. But people came over and we stood outside and we visited them a lot. So it was good, and I feel great. I feel healthy.
Thank you, Marcia. Anyone else? Okay. So I just want to reiterate, it was mentioned that men can get this disease as well. We've had one of my congregants actually had breast cancer and survived. And we had Mr. Baranco, right? Owner of Chappie's. He came and spoke to us one year. It was really good. So at this point, I'm going to invite all of those that have survived breast cancer to come up here and join me so I can give you all a blessing. Come. We're all going to get around in a pile. And I'm going to have you get really close because I'm going to put my prayer shawl over all of you. I want you to be all inside. Okay? Okay. There we go. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and guard you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God turn His face towards you and be gracious to you. May God watch over you and grant you peace and the blessings of recovery, the blessings of sisterhood and brotherhood, and friendship. And I'm so proud of you.
Amen. Group hug.
Thank you all. We only have a couple more things to do to complete our service. So we're going to go ahead and rise for Elenu, which is on page, I don't have my cigar here.
This one is your one.
Yeah, okay. We're going to rise page I really cannot read the page. 56. We are losing the light. We've lost it.
Okay. 57. Aleinu l'sabeach Adon hakol, latei kedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kagoyei hara